Welcome to PC Gaming Tech Summary. I'm your host, Gamer, and today we look at a very popular question, very asked question. How do I choose PC parts? Okay, very complicated issue, but we're gonna attack it. We're gonna get a good start on it today. All right, so just sit back and have a cup of coffee, and we'll get into it. All right. So a few questions you need to keep in your mind. You don't have to have all the answers, but keep these questions in your mind. And we'll go through this process, and things will come to you, and you'll make some decisions, and it'll come through. So if there's any terms that you don't quite understand, I do have a series of videos on basic definitions of computer parts, so you can have a look at those if you like. But don't stress too much if you don't know everything, because things will work out, and we'll get things sorted. Okay, so some of these questions are that you should ask yourself is, what PC parts do I have, and can I use any of them? Am I looking to modify or improve a current PC? If so, how old is that PC? If it's 3, 4, 5 years old or older, well, you're looking at significant motherboard upgrade and CPU upgrade, and quite possibly RAM upgrade. Just keep those in the back of your mind. What is the most money that you can spend? What is the least? And don't tell me zero, because that's not very practical. Currently, in mid-2021, there are some real issues with PC parts in general, but in particular with GPUs, graphics processing units, video cards, graphics cards. Okay, so the availability is very low, and the prices are very high. Cards that should be about $400 or around $1,000. So, do you have a graphics card that you can slot in or use for this? Is it a 1060, 1070, something like that? Well, yeah, we can probably, work with that. Are you getting good gaming performance and smooth gaming with what you have? Maybe it's just the other parts that are the problem. Mechanical hard drives, old CPUs. Yeah, keep those questions in mind. Now, I'm going to go through all the parts, okay, for building a computer. Not talk too much about GPUs. I'm going to leave that out. I want to create a build list, and we're going to look at Intel. And the reason we're going to look at Intel first is because their modern GPUs have the inbuilt graphics in the chips. So we can build a computer, and we can watch videos on it, play basic games. But an AMD build, that's a different story. Their chips that have onboard graphics, you're talking like 300 US. It's not practical. It's not affordable at those prices. So we're going to look at the Intel build. Now, all of these parts that we're going to go through, I've pick ones out of the list, and it adds up to around $900. Okay, $900 US, and that's without the graphics card. Okay, now a gaming laptop, a modern gaming laptop with the 3060 graphics in it, which is ray tracing graphics. It's not as fast as this 3060 12 gigabyte, which is in here now. It's maybe 20-30% lower in FPS. Okay, a laptop is, let's say it's around $1,350, somewhere around there, US dollars, and it's got 16 gig of RAM and a good processor. Well, yeah, keep that in mind. The bad thing about laptops is what? It's wear and tear. They get banged up. They get moved around. They don't last as long as a desktop. Desktop just sits there, and you can swap and change the parts. With a laptop, hey, you'd be lucky to be able to upgrade the RAM a bit and to maybe some storage, and that's it. You can't change the CPU, the GPU in it, anything like that. So keep those questions in your back of mind, and we'll carry on. I'm actually going to start with the Cooler Master keyboard and mouse. Yes, a bit of RGB there. This is a budget choice. And next we're going to move on to the Corsair. Yes, the M55 RGB Pro mouse for left and right-handed people. All right, also the K55 keyboard. And then we move on to a left-handed keyboard, yes. The A4 Tech. So if you're left-handed, this might be of interest to you. The first part is the CPU, or Central Processing Unit. Intel i5 11400, which is 6 cores and 8 threads. A thread is basically a wire or a pipe coming out of the core, so it can send out more information per core when it has 2 pipes. If you want to go with 8 cores and 16 threads, the part is the i7 11700. And we do not want to choose an Intel CPU with F in its model number, because that means it does not have graphics processing, and it's always great to have that as a backup. All right, the first motherboard is the MSI Z590 Pro Wi-Fi with Wi-Fi 6E. Basically, it's safe to go with a 590 motherboard. There's some problems with the B560 motherboards, but I've got 2 that you can use, but I wouldn't use any other ones at this stage. It's the MSI Mag B560 with Wi-Fi 6E Tomahawk. It is the Tomahawk, yes. Okay, the second one is B560 Aorus Pro AX by Gigabyte, and that is with Wi-Fi 6. We need a CPU cooler. Well, there is one included with the 11400, and it may be a bit loud, so an alternative would be a Be Quiet cooler. The Shadowrock Low Profile can handle up to 130 watts. And if you are using the 11700, you'll need something such as the Shadowrock 3. Okay, Be Quiet, Shadowrock 3. Well, we need some memory. So let's get some DDR4 RAM with a speed of 3200 megahertz and C16. Okay, that has to do with the timings. Don't worry about that. You just we just need C16. Okay, so 2 times 8 gigabyte sticks, or if you want 32 megabytes, we're going to get 4 times 8. Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigabyte. Yes, this RAM's been around for about 6 years. And so it should be pretty compatible. You might need to activate the XMP profile in the BIOS to get it to run at full speed. But don't worry about that today. Crucial Ballistics is another alternative. I understand there's a bit of overclocking headroom in those, if that's of interest. And the third is the Team Group T-Force Dark Z. All right. So there's 3 different manufacturers of the RAM sticks, and we're going to move on to cases. Beautiful. Look at this one. Liam Lee Landcool 215 RGB ATX case. Got 2 beautiful RGB 200 millimeter fans in the front and an exhaust fan. Oh, fantastic. I like it. Next, the Fantax Eclipse P500A, high airflow. You might need to move one of those fans to the exhaust or install another one, but just see how you go. Now, you want a quiet case? Well, we got to go Be Quiet, Pure Base 500DX. It's got 3 pre-installed fans, 2 intake and 1 exhaust. Fantastic, I like it. Okay, a little RGB on the Corsair 275R airflow case. Okay, so look at the Corsair. Not bad, not bad. Okay, we're going on to no RGB, to a black Corsair 4000D Airflow. Okay, if that's what you're into. If you want me to do parts for white build, just let me know. Okay, we're going to look at storage, solid state drives, SSDs. You can't go wrong with Samsung, let me tell you. Great, they make great stuff, okay? Alternative is the Crucial MX 500. Do not get the BX. Do not get the BX. I've got another video on that. SSDs, have a look. You only get the MX, okay? All right, next, we're going to move on to NVMe M.2 drives. Okay, they fit into your motherboard. They're like about the size of a stick of gum. I've got the Seagate Barracuda Q5 2 terabyte. Fantastic benchmark results for writes and good for reads. Using it as my game drive. It's really nice. I like it a lot. No problems with it whatsoever so far, but it's early days. Another alternative would be to go to the Sabrent Rocket Q. Okay. This has been around a few years, and it's got a good reputation. So that's just another alternative if you want an NVMe M.2 drive. Now we're going to move on to external drives. Yes, you can plug it into your USB, the Samsung T5 portable. Okay, you get yourself one of those and you'll be good as gold. Next, we'll look at PSUs. I will put all these parts on my website, www.pcgamingtechsummary.com. I'll put it in the blog entry 3, so you just have to scroll down for it. All right, Seasonic. They were the first ones to make a PSU power supply in 2005 for PCs. I recommend going 700 watts or higher just in case you get a powerful GPU installed. Okay, so if you don't go with the Seasonic, go with the Be Quiet, perhaps. All right, and Be Quiet. Now, the Seasonic has got a 7-year guarantee. The Be Quiet has 5, and this Cooler Master has got a 5-year guarantee. So you got a few choices there. If you can. Well, as far as GPUs go, if you can't hold off buying a GPU for a while, that might be a good idea. I bought a 3060 at the end of February when they were launched, and it's probably gone up by 80% or so that I can see on Amazon. So yeah, so they're continuing to go up in price. If it's something that you have to have and you just got to get it done, well, feel free to have a look. I'll have a few links based in purchasing in the US and other countries. If you want to get more of a higher end card, then have a look at my other links that I have. The cards would be exported from New Zealand, so what you would do is you purchase you follow my links, you go in and you pay for the graphics card, and then you arrange for DHL to come and pick up that package. And then once it comes into your country, then you need to take care of any importing duties or customs or anything like that. Alrighty, well, I hope I've been helpful. Well, what I'll do is I'll post a video on how to choose a laptop as well, so you can take all things into consideration. Well, don't forget, you'll be seeing me in the next video.